In Skyside, where the temples stand, the wealthy and powerful start each morning breaking their breakfast with dishes of saffron spice couscous and small cups of mint spruce green tea, while their vaziers provide a rundown of what today's whisper sheets portend for their businesses and their political interests. This leisurely scene belies the bustle several hours earlier, as their employers comfortably slept. The household servants already started preparing the day's meals, rewound the keys for the estate's clockwork assistants and guards, and dispatched their swiftest runners to collect the whisper sheets from the temples for viziers to study and analyze and give their reports. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the All Guns No Glory podcast. We are playing a somewhat revised edition. I gotta say, the players have dabbled more into the new core Pathfinder 2 rules as opposed to like the monsters that I'm using. But you've seen it here first. Unlike other Outlaws of AlkenStar podcasts, we're dabbling into the new rules. Guys, it's season 2, and we're back into sort of exploration mode. When last we left our heroes, you guys had fought a wiggly, reaching, octopi clockwork monstrosity left unattended or perhaps rigged for sabotage. Can I have a crafting lore all around the room, please, gentlemen? And I will say that Andreas Stoutbeard is keen to leave the room and tell you guys he's going to do a perimeter check because we made so much noise and thrashing and banging and gunshots, not pointing and fingers blaster. He wants to kind of peek outside, go once around, leave you alone to check a couple other rooms if you so dare, and come back around in time to heal corpses or whatever. Charwin. Pylo, Blaster. Oh, it's actually Charwin this time. Not that you don't ever do well in the tower, Drew, but crafting for the druid. Interesting. Most clockwork constructs are not like your new friend, Valentine. They're not overly sentient or semi-sentient. Some sort of actual creature, a spirit, an elemental, something with a quasi or limited consciousness must be inserted and contained in said construct. Most of the time, they are wound up, given instructions, and through their visual sensors, their construct brains are given parameters. There are constructs out there that clean a house, that chase down rats, that walk your dog, or that, something more advanced, patrol our streets and have certain conditions, what they see, what they report, what they do, what they would react to. A gunslinger, adventurer, someone like Valentine is like next level. They're not so rare, and especially here in AlkenStar, these sentient beings pop up more and more, but they are certainly not common. So when you guys found this half-built monstrosity, turning it on, its creator or somebody with crafting can actually tinker the programming, is the best way I could put it, of one of these creatures to, attack anything or defend its master or attack all intruders in its environment that has not been programmed to let alone, like Master, the cat, that kind of thing. So the question is, was this thing just half done, half baked, and just went wild? Or was our future friend, shall we say, Kwaswana, making a guard or some kind of sentient for his delicate research? Or somebody else get in here? Because we've had some quasi reports that a gang showed up. Did they linger and mess with the guy's equipment? That is the question of the day. And with Andreas outside, the three of you are left to roam the warehouse. And I'm counting 1, 2, 3 doors, 5 windows on the south side that we have yet to explore, and the top corner of the warehouse behind what appears to be a montage of sandbags and ash. What do you guys want to do?
Montage of sandbags? Were they like training to be bags, like putting them in? Sorry.
An arraignment. Sorry, I'll be okay. An arraignment of sandbags, I guess, is the best.
I'm gonna go and take a peek around the north wall there, past the sandbags.
Do you want us to come with you there, Val? We're kind of up here on this platform. You want to wait? Charwin, what do you want to do?
I'm kind of curious why there might be sandbags over there.
Yeah, all right, let's go with that. I'll come with you.
Okay. In turn mode, if you guys just say, I go here, whatever, I'm just kind of whooshing the minis along, that type of thing. Save time. If there's something like, oh, here we go, someone's adjusting their position to get a little closer around time, feel free. Let's talk about the corner. Let's talk about an area that seems to be the site of an explosion. The walls are lined with sandbags in this alcove. Coming around the bend, you guys are looking at a 20-foot wide, 25-foot deep room with sort of, no wall making it its own room. It's just sort of around the corner, like you said, of the greater warehouse. Most of these sandbags are torn open as if by 1,000 cuts. The frayed edges of the linen is scorched. The center of the floor is burned black like a starburst. Soot and debris radiate from this ashen center. A makeshift bunker of sandbags lies just around the corner that you passed to get here, around the corner from the blast site. The faint stench of brimstone and black powder still lingers in the air.
Well, I must tell you guys, this looks like a whole mess of stuff over here. Can anyone make sense of what it all is? I got no idea.
I'll do a perception and a crafting check.
Okay, throw them in the tower, boys.
Well, weren't we here looking for that magical fire stuff? Like the one guy made? Could this be it?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
did he not unlock the formula?
You knew this guy was trying to do the other formula, right? The one guy had the formula. And this guy's trying to copy it? Is that what it was?
Reverse engineering the formula. What lies before you could be evidence of that. With a successful DC 15 crafting check, Valentine, you determined that a powerful bomb was intentionally detonated here. This was not an accident. This was not a fight. This was a staged event by not just what I had mentioned, the obvious clues, but a little bit further analysis.
It's the one that was definitely testing explosives here.
Yes, Pylo, you concur also with your crafting, sir.
Yeah, guys, I agree.
Charwin. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay.
You concur and... Damn it. I'm so sorry. Troy is really good at following up a DM role with the 2 seconds of role play, like, and I did this, and I'm so sorry. I keep cutting him off.
I'll just talk under you. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
No, that's good.
Pylo doesn't mind just talking under people.
My camera's just going nuts here. Charwin, with your perception in here, your expert perception, you see tracks. Does anyone have survival? Locating tracks is one thing, but determine what they are, where they go, who they belong to. That is a survival check. Does we have any survival skills in the party?
Not trained, but I'll try.
Not trained. Try anything once. Crazy. Sorry, what'd you say, Pylo?
I said I'm pretty sure a skeleton's the opposite of survival, but
No, you know, like tracking.
I know. I'm
smartass.
just kidding. I roll
okay.
I'm not trained either, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Nope. Dwarf's not trained either. Okay. Good thing about these modules is they don't hang one clue on one roll. You know, whatever this trail possibly have led you to with your sucky untrained rolls, there's probably other evidence either that you've already found or could surmise from the day's events. I'm saying this more for Speigler, our lovable rookie to the game. Because I've seen players get hung up. Like, so, you know, if you guys want to think your way around, okay, like how do we get around a survival roll with our perception? You know, if you want to muck around. But the way they write stuff now is they give multiple skill choices to a same event usually. Do you follow me? So don't, you know, if the party doesn't have something, like not having knowledge arcana and going, it's not magical. Okay, that might be a problem to solve later. We go and we throw money at the problem. We go find a sage. And yeah, that's worth following up on, but don't beat yourselves up on any too much under certain, you know, certain lack of party skill. I will say, going back to Charwin's amazing perception, there are a lot of footprints. They're actual footprints, not creature, but like, you know, medium, humanoid, but big, small, medium. You know, is this a small footprint or is this just a small person? You know, that kind of thing. And
who would let children around here? Crazy.
Run around.
You know how big the guy we're even looking for is. It's like, could he have little footprints or could he have big footprints? Do we have
I'm
any
pretty
idea?
sure he is average sized man.
Just an average size. But you can still have little feet. Like, you know what they say about a man with his feet? It could be any size.
I would assume they are either Casawana's footprints or the goons chasing him.
I will state that any internet connection from Speigler, his robotic voice, is because of the damage from the old war. Nothing to do with my crappy internet connection sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Chalk it up to that. That's great flavor.
Yeah, there you go. It's just sometimes he gets like serious Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto voice going on. Now, rule correction, they used to have perception to find something and then survival to follow it. In the new rules, they just cut the chase and they go right to survival. But saying, who is survival? No one has it. Oh, you guys would start licking the walls. And as a GM, I find that mean. So I do find that one, I won't say a house rule, but one rule that I'm willing to bend a bit. But future cases, usually locating tracks is right to survival. Possibly a skill that one of you might be, I don't know, former war hero, former druid, might be interested in picking up the next time you guys level and can pick up skills. Because survival will come in handy in the future. I will tell you this right now.
I mean, we already know from the ripped out page in the tome about where he's probably gone to.
True. So we're just going to leave those 3 doors shut and don't worry about any treasure, loot, or more clues. We'll just head on.
No, not that. I'm just not really worried about the footprints.
Okay. What do you guys want to do now? Or sorry, do you guys concur in this, or does anybody want to have another stab at this corner for any reason?
Well, I just don't know if there's much else I can really do over there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything worth over there. I would like to look at the door, but I don't want to go near any explosive stuff.
Leave that to me, friend. I will take the door.
Now, I must restate a continuous rule. There is a difference between having a peek, and you guys throw perception in the tower, and searching an area for 20 minutes, which usually lowers the DC of finding stuff or reveals things for the first time, even though, like, I looked around the corner and, you know. However, who knows what dangerous chemical components might be left over? So is risk worth reward? Is caution the better way to go here, gentlemen? Do we bother licking this particular set of walls and risk some serious aftermath? And possibly treasure? Or you guys had enough officially and head on your way?
I think we're going to go check out some other doors here, but we're not leaving the building yet. We might leave that corner alone, but the doors we'll go for.
All right.
Yeah.
Pick a door, any door.
Top door first.
All right. Line up, boys and girls. Who's going for the door? Who's aiding? Who wants to move?
So
Boom, look at that. He just hurdles himself with his handbags. Gotta love Speigler's eagerness to get shit done.
I've also I'm the only one trained in thievery, I think. And I have
the one that
thieves'
admits it.
tools.
Being funny if everyone's trained in thievery and your guy's like, why do I keep losing my treasure? It disappears right off my body.
And I have a thieves' toolkit, so yeah, if any of the doors are locked, then I'm your man.
Okay. Well, I will say that this door actually is locked. By appearances.
Yes, so do I need to make a perception for traps or thievery for traps?
Yes. Pep
Just wanna wait a
perception for
minute,
traps
though,
in the
bud.
tower. Oh.
I'm just going to let you know, my friend, that I think that you really are good at what you do, and I think you got this. I don't think there's any issues with that. I'm going to cast Inspire Competence on him, I think it is. Yeah.
Sure.
So you
I really appreciate the roleplay lead-in, man.
Inspire Courage, so you get a +1 to attack rolls, damage rolls. Oh, saving it. Never mind.
Okay. Let's reset our hero points to 1, guys. If you have 0, it's 1. If you have 2 or more, it goes back to 1, please.
Never
I think it's been enough time.
The wrong inspiration. Never mind.
You can inspire competence in a skill?
Well, I can do a performance, and then you can use my performance roll over that, but that's not going to be flavorful to perform an unlocking. So, it's okay.
I don't know. Mary Poppins always had a song and a dance to explain any task they were doing. I would say go for it. I mean, this way you guys get to use both roles, and if yours is better, they're both going to go in the tower, right?
Looking for,
So-
is this to replace the lockpicking roll, or is this just to replace the
The perception, your choice, right? Are you singing the Look and See song, or are you singing the Delicate Finger song? Like, you know, what's
I haven't done
happening,
any
Poppins?
picks yet, so
Oh, wait,
it would be for
did you do the look and see?
yeah, I'm checking for traps.
Yeah, I'll let you see the look and see first. I'll wait till the picks. I'll inspire him.
Okay. You don't see to find a trap. No song. Damn it. I'll make this a musical podcast sooner or later. You'll see. They'll still get me singing.
I'll see.
You'll all see. You'll all see. You'll be sorry. All right. You don't seem to find a trap.
Val, 1 minute, man. Just gonna let you know, before you go picking that lock, I do remember a song that I heard back in the day that might just help you out here. Feel for the tumbler, number 1 and 2. 3 and 4 will find you. 6 and 7 will do. What do you think? Will that help you pick this lock?
Dude, I will give you a +2 to your performance roll. That was awesome off the top of your head.
Let's see here. So I'll cast it.
Oh, that's supposed to go in the tower?
That's fine.
I'll roll it.
Thievery, I think, is open because if you blow it, then I go, aha.
Yeah.
Right? It's
yeah,
the
okay.
perception. It's not the thievery.
I rolled it.
Wow.
So you can,
You feel inspired, but technically it sounds like he's like making you take his roll. So it's up to you, Valentine. Are you going to take his roll? Do you take your 19 or do you want to go with his +12, which I'm now giving him a +14 on his roll? You have a +10 and got a 19. Hughes performs a +12, and I'm giving him today only, for that awesome rhyme off the top of his head, a +14 to his roll. I won't tell you what he rolled, but I can tell you the odds.
I'll go
What
with
do you
his.
think? Yeah? Okay. With a success. I'm not telling you what the number is. It's good, though. It's very
yes.
good.
Yes. No, I like that you did.
All right. Oh, yeah.
of rolls.
Yeah. Well, I'm really bad. I'm usually revealing
Yeah.
tower rolls, but yeah.
So, is there another stage, or is that it?
The locks usually take a couple of tumbles. So with the first one, you want to keep your 19. I will tell you that standard locks are like start at 20. Just about like even the crappiest lock starts
No, yeah,
at like
I
18,
said-
20. So
I said I was going to go with PAIZO.
right. So with his inspiration, the lock just practically unclicks, but you got to get that other tumbler. So go again. 2 clicks for the win. Don't roll a 1 or you break your tools.
15.
15. Actually, where are we here? No. Where is my light? We have... We lock the door and... Oh, you're good. Okay, never mind. Unlocking the door. Hello? Door? Is it alternate click? Help me, Drew. Fantasy Grounds is getting to be more you than me these days. Is it shift?
No, I think you should just be able to click on it.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you click on it, it doesn't open. But if I hold shift, it'll unlock the door and the lock symbol will go away.
Awesome.
Yay, we're learning Fantasy Grounds. Thank you for sponsoring us years ago. And now we kept all those books and we just keep saying you're sponsoring us. Actually, we had someone come in the chat on Friday and said, thank you for using Fantasy Grounds. Like one of their admins found us playing online. Well, there are, I can't mention them because we're technically pro Fantasy Grounds, but there are other VTTs that are becoming suddenly a serious competition to this company. And I took the time to learn this 3-4 years ago, and I want to stick with it. Not to mention myself and patrons, and thank you, Fantasy Grounds, for actually giving us a bunch of free books that would have cost us hundreds of dollars. I think that loyalty is due. Yeah? Now let's kick open this door, Valentine, and do some shit.
Yes.
With a 1, and a 2, and a third action. Well, your turns, who cares? You throw the door open, and then... Boop. I reveal mask mode. I... Ping. What do we got? What do we got? Do you have dark vision?
I think so. Low light vision.
Okay. Charwin's standing right behind you, and he's kind of our light source generally, so... This ruined storage room smells harshly of chemicals and ash. The floor is covered with broken alchemical glassware in every description, the former contents pooling in the center of the room in a multi-hued puddle. Metal shelves, torn books, and scattered note paper lie everywhere. Now I've been leaning on Speigler's constructness to give him some bonuses and some things that he'd notice, but I notice if I'm giving him bonuses once in a while, I gotta play against what he is. So PAIZO and Charwin, can I have a perception in the tower, please? For something that I think that a construct would do and not think anything of it. Does that make sense? We've been awfully nice to Speigler lately. Time to be mean. Charwin, unlike most doors, since you've met this party, this one has not only is locked with a padlock, has a very heavy latch, and it took Valentine not a strength check because the lever's big enough to wind it over, but it's a big latch that goes from 3 o'clock all the way over to 9 o'clock. And a bit of a when he opens it, as if the door were hermetically sealed. Now to a construct, door shut, click, 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 bum, bum, bum. I didn't find any traps. Technically not a trap. So if you sense that something like you were in danger or something popping up or that seal being broken, whether you found it or maybe you didn't because you rolled suckily, I would have told you, Speigler. But I will say that thinking nothing of it, the man moves a lever, right? A person like, damn, this is a big lever and I got 2 hands on this. Yay, poof. It does not say takes an athletics check, but it does. It's like a freezer door. I guess you could say it like, you know.
Yeah, there's some doing.
Yeah, there's some doing.
I'll put my hand on Shooter's shoulder. Hold up there. That was different. I'm a little concerned about what could possibly be in there or possibly trap us in there.
The bedroom incident, I remember that.
I learned from my almost deaths.
My almost deaths. Okay, so you guys all want to, like, there's 3 heads all lean in, look left and look right without stepping in the room. Is that what we're looking at now? 3 dudes all.
Hello.
Exactly, like, you know, stacking players in one square, you know. Don't set anything off. Again, This ruined storage room smells harshly of chemicals and ash. The floor is covered with broken alchemical glassware of every description. The former contents pooling in the center of the room in a multi-hued puddle. See that nice rainbow purple puddle? Metal shelves, torn books, scattered notepaper, and small gears, teeth, nails, and such from metal components are scattered everywhere, and they don't really picture it. Now,
Some sort of workshop.
without stepping in the room, I'm just trying to give the audience and you guys eyes on the, you know what I mean? Like, by placing Charwin in the room, the audience and yourselves can now see the whole lit room. We got a chair, we got some benches, we got some notes, we got a big puddle taking up a part of the floor, though it does look like there's a way around it. There's some sort of pipe stove that looks like it's spalting.
Hey guys, just if we're worried about something trapping us in here, maybe we grab a sandbag and just throw it in the door. That way it can't close behind us.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Alright, I'll go grab a sandbag. Maybe we'll grab two just in case.
Okay, so who wants to go in? Who wants to do what? Are you waiting for the sandbag, then we just go in a marching order or whatever?
Well, so once we're in there, I would like to get a jar of that stuff on the floor. It looks kind of cool. Really rainbows.
Yeah. Okay. Can I have an athletics check from Pilo for his sandbagging? Easy, but haha.
You want it in the tower or open?
No, open.
Yeah, I can see how strong I am. Athletics?
Yep.
Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. And Valentine, always watching, right? I'm assuming will perceive. Okay. Charwin, you're always kind of watching their backs, but are you helping with the sandbags, or are you worried about the door?
Yeah, let's do 2 sandbags. I'll grab one myself.
Okay, give me athletics. Please.
Oh, I put it in the tower.
That's okay. All will be revealed shortly. All right. Boop. You guys, I don't know, maybe Valentine steps aside and lets you guys clog the door. Yeah? Shuffling bags, that kind of thing. That's what I'm looking at here. Okay. Yeah. Who wants to go in? You guys are satisfied. You got 2 bags. So now, are they side by side on the floor, or they pile one on top of each other just to give a taller foot break kind of thing? How are we doing this?
Does the door open like 180 degrees almost, or is it more like just over 90?
I think it opens towards the sandbags, and the actual bunker of bags will keep it from like going all the way flat to the, you know.
Alright, so open it as wide as possible, put the bags in front.
Yeah, you guys are kind of piling. Here, I'll draw them. Picture you guys piling bags here. We'll just move you back. See? Down the bottom of the door, I guess you could say. The southern edge of the door opens that way. Shoosh. Right? You follow me?
Okay. Yeah, I think right next to each other. More surface area to try to block it.
Gotcha. All right. Paranoid anti-trap device in place. Who's going in? Who's staying out? Who's doing what?
I'll go in first, and maybe I'll say to Blaster, do you want to stay out here and just, if it closes, you can unlock it for us?
I got you.
Cover me. Cover me.
I'm going to go in with
Have
my
you-
best buddy Charwin there, just in case he needs help. I want to be stuck alone.
Okay.
Kind of scary.
Okay, you go in. Now, Pilo, you were talking about maybe just stepping in, taking a knee, and getting some goo?
I'd like to grab, like, I think we probably have a jar on us or something where I can find it.
Oh, yeah. But you one step in the door, man, the goo's right there, so I can put you that task if that's what you want to do.
Careful.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like,
So gently. Remember the last boss fight we had with glass test tubes? This shit isn't green, but, you know, who knows? Okay, so with Pilo watching in through the doorway, Pilot, with Valentine watching through the doorway, Pilo, one step inside the door, takes a knee, starts scooping up the puddle that's very near him. Charwin skirting to the north around this room, which is 20 by 20. Where do you want to go, Charwin? You just slowly start looking around, or?
Let's check out the northmost door.
Okay. That actually is a window. Valentine. You do not need a perception check to get a bad feeling. But something stirs in the room. A large patch of floor starts to right itself and swarm. Gizmos, gadgets, tiny little teeth on legs the size of rats or cats start uprighting themselves, shaking themselves loose of debris, and swarming up in position, and they will go right after you. Initiative 27 Blaster from your previous dice that I kind of held from looking in and stuff. Blaster, what do you want to do?
Oh no.
The swarm goes next. Cue the battle music.
Not good.
You get your thieves picks in your hands. Whoops. Put those away.
Oh, I forgot to say when they were like, when I said I'll watch the...
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, okay.
You stood there watching them move sandbags on alert, so, you know, tools are away.
Yeah.
You know. But they were very paranoid about you grabbing the door, so I won't say you've pulled your gun, because they were more worried about you grabbing the door, or, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily have you, like, sword and gun out kind of thing, since you were literally using other gear. I will say that you put that stuff away for free.
Okay. I have feats and stuff that...
Okay.
I can pull my weapons on the first round without costing me any actions.
Have at it, or I'll have you black out and blow you around in some kind of lore memory that's probably not going to tell you shit, because I've been doing too many of them for you lately. What do you want to do?
How many actions would it be to grab the sandbags and move them back out of the way?
One to pick up the sandbag. Free to drop it. So you could pick it up and just drop them in your square, and technically they would be out of the door. But it would be 2. Actually, you know what? For an athletics check, I'd let you grab, like, 1, 2.
Okay.
You know? Well, I guess it's 2. You're not ambidextrous, are you? It's all weapons and shit. Yeah, I'd say 2 actions to clear them. They were so heavy and neatly placed, and 2 guys put them here. I can't just have you kick them, you know.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah, 2 actions.
Okay, so you're going to lock your friends in? We'll start working on a new party?
Yeah.
Put up flyers. Sorry, guys, make new characters. Sorry, fuck you. Where are we going with this, Speigler? Because like, right now it looks pretty shady, dude.
I've moved the bags now.
Mm-hmm.
I yell at them, get out of there.
There you go. An action to warn people is huge, because now they are not flat-footed. If I could attack your friends flat-footed, then that's all bad. They're off guard. You have warned them. Spend an action. Guys, look out. They are instantly not flat-footed. Congratulations. It's definitely a good use of a action. The swarm rights itself and has 2 targets. One down low, very close. One up high, but technically each of you are 10 feet away. So, I'd say odd or even, but you're both kind of odd people. So, let's say, I think Pilo I've picked on lately, so let's go with Drew. Drew, odd or even, sir?
Let's go even.
Okay. And Troy, what's your favorite dice? 20, 12, 10, blah, blah. What are we rolling?
12.
D12. Thank you. Such a lonely dice. Rarely gets used. We roll a 9. You're my target. So sorry. The swarm lurches forward, diagonally into the center of the room. It's a 5-foot move, and then completely covers the doorway to the north, blocking Charwin's exit, and swarms right over top of PAIZO. 1 to activate and right ourselves, 1 to move, and 1 action to attack with our snapping jobs. These things, and yay, I have pictures. These things are awesome. These strange, feel free to, the more you know about your enemy, because if you have recall knowledge, these, are these identified? Unidentified? I don't know how I can unidentify them. Oh well. Don't read the title. Oh, it is. It's just a swarm of constructs. They look like tiny Kermit the Frogs, all made of brass and metal, with literally shark teeth the size of your palm of your hand. But I think these things are, considering what I know what they do, I think they're almost the size of bigger than a rat, about the size of a cat, or smaller.
Oh, they remind me of Mausers from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a great
mice or rats would fit in that mouth so nicely, or at least the head. You know what I'm saying? So, these things come at you in a swarm. Can I have a reflex DC 22 PAIZO? Or suffer full damage? I
thought you were
odd. He picked even.
Oh.
I rolled an odd number.
Sorry.
Right.
All right. What's our reflex, you say?
Yes, sir.
That is a 23.
I'm going to say more the fact they don't really have much flesh to bite and your dangly robes than you being very jumpy. You look up, they come snapping, you're like, shake them off. Half damage. These little buggers do... So if I click half and then do... 1 second. Let's use all the toys. I want to target you. Sorry, I normally have all this ready to go. I guess it's been a while since we've played, isn't it? PAIZO is my target. I've hit the half button. And now, 2d10 slashing in half. 7 points in half is 3 points of slashing damage to you, sir. Do you have any slashing immunities? Fancy Grounds doesn't seem to think so.
I have no immunities to that kind of.
Okay.
So it's all full.
You get swarmed. Just swarmed. And I'm out of actions. So that brings us to Charwin. PAIZO, get ready, you're on deck. Charwin. There's a window here. You could unlock it. Search for traps. Unlock. Be out the window. New party. I just say, I offered to Speigler. Why not you?
It's always a possibility. Let's aim in the, what is that, the northwest corner. And I will aim a caustic blast.
Did you know that splash damage in the new core rules is not like a point and d6? It's actually like a static number, and it does like the full damage in the entire radius.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Cool.
My friend Drew, who plays Friday occasionally, Cameos. Oh wait, that's you. Taught me that from that.
Looks like it succeeded at a reflex save, so half damage for it.
So click your half button down the bottom under the dice roller. See, there's like the big red buttons. Do you have? Yep. I have them. Do you have them?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Hit half
automatically. I was gonna say, I think it automatically puts the half.
Well, this updated recently. And I think they're trying to make it more manual because there were so many glitches where everyone got used to it automatically doing shit, but the coders couldn't make every auto thing from every rule, right? So like, here's a button for the players. It's like, that makes more sense, right? Does you follow me? It's kind of like freight from FedEx. Instead of getting every package right for every route, we just have people correct it. 1 point of swarm damage. You do 3 points on a D8, but... Wait. Caustic Blast. I believe a construct has a weakness to area damage. Area damage 4. For every attack you inflict, I take an additional 4 points. So, even though you only did 1 point, you still get to ramp it up to 5, which I will do now. Because area of attack is how you know, it's like throwing a bucket of water on something. You go for coverage, right?
Yep.
We fought swarms before. Yay! Charwin, how many actions to cast your spell?
2.
Which leaves you...
Which leaves me wondering, what are these things? So let's do a knowledge recall check.
Okay, crafting, I guess, is your standard...
Well, that stinks. Well, get the picture out of the way. Crafting in the tower.
I'm going to go with my initial hints. You know, what could this thing possibly do besides be like anti-rat? You don't know the official name of it, but you do surmise that these things could like swarm through or just split up and like hunt down every rat. You know, because like they're too small. You know how we have the cat, right? They're probably programmable to only hunt something. But right now, someone's messed with it because now it's going after, well, dead people. Not sure exactly what these things are called, but they were very well hidden. And now they're like, sorry, so close, not so far. Unless you'd like to use a hero point.
I will save that for a more stringent time.
Doesn't take the bait, ladies and gentlemen. Such a smart player. All right. Is that your third, sir?
That is my third.
And Pilo Hughes bringing up the rear, but never fear. The man has always got a plan, even though he role plays it like he's reacting blindly. Go, Troy, go.
Just really good at acting like I'm don't know what I'm doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I did mention past how Troy used to actually own a gaming store. You don't do that without learning some tricks in the world of role playing. Sorry, you're not fooling him. Come on, veteran player. What do you got for us?
Probably just going to turn to this little swarm of things and go, Jeepers, creepers, you guys do a nasty bite, even though I don't have any skin on me. And I will cast a big old haunting him at them, which is a sonic damage in a 15-foot cone.
All right. Can I have a flat check? They are technically in your square and distracting you. I think the flat check's pretty... Help me out here, Drew. I think it's like 5. It's not hard.
Yeah, usually it's 5.
Yeah. I need a flat check just to make sure that all is kosher.
15.
You're good. Cast away.
All right, guys. So can you give me a target there, Jeff?
Yes, sorry. 1 second. Okay.
And then we just hit the little,
Cast.
That's how we do it. Oh. Half damage.
24. So he casts a spell, but what you're actually seeing, ladies and gentlemen, in Fancy Grounds is he is activating Fancy Grounds doing the monster saving throw. Mm-hmm. So he's not like, I cast one at 24. It's like, no, the Swarm of Constructs has a plus 11 to save Fortitude, gets a 24, and succeeds, and only takes half damage. So Pilo, if you would please, press your half button at the bottom and hit me with your damage.
I'm just going to hit the damage. It did 2. See, I didn't have to hit the half button, and it did 2, and it says half there already. So it did the half on its own. I was testing to see if it did that.
Now, I know what Speigler's next question is. Well, what about Drew's half of a half? He rolled 3. They round down. It's still 1, whether he hit the half button or not. So, maybe this button's just redundant? Just says push me? I don't...
Maybe everything's not perfect. Who knows? It's maybe some stuff you need.
In the world. I still appreciate the devs for trying to make this easier every day of their lives. Now, let's talk about what kind of spell, what kind of effect this is. It's an occult spell, it's auditory, it's a cantrip, it's sonic magic. It's a cone?
It's a 15-foot cone.
Guess what? That is an area of attack, sir, which means your 2 points just became 6. And I will suffer 6 points of damage. His acid and your cone shred a bunch of them, but a small number of them. If you were to percentage a whole, it's like the two of you together kind of knocked out 20%-ish. if you're lucky, which means there's a whole lot of swarm left, and you guys might be in trouble. PAIZO, single action left?
Well, I'm going to use that single action to back out of the room a little bit, I think.
Oh, bye.
But
Okay.
there you go.
Now, a 5-foot step you get for free.
Mhm.
Not provoking, but since you need to move 10 to get, because Valentine's in the way,
Yep.
and because moving south puts you in difficult terrain because it's mostly taken up by a desk, you trigger our reaction called Cling. A creature leaves the trap. Never mind. A creature leaves the construct's space. Now, this is very cool. I think this is DM overdrive. I love this. They cling to you, and now you will take 2d10 persistent slashing damage. But because you're taking a whack of the little buggers with you, the horde suffers 1d6 damage because you were removing numbers. Is that not cool?
Ouch.
Can I have a d6, PAIZO? And you get to do the damage. A d6, you'll be inflicting this damage by removing a bunch of the horde.
That's a 2. Damn, things are all up in my bones. Gotta get them off me. Help, guys, help. Think was
Stop, drop, and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Stop crink and crunkle here in a minute here.
Now, let me just check. Creature leaves triangle's place. The swarm takes 1d6. The individual cling the creature, chewing, dealing 2d10 persistent slashing damage. And then it talks about some ways that you could possibly off that. Okay. I can never remember. Does persistent happen? I don't think it happens on the first round, does it? You gotta wait till it comes around to PAIZO at the end. So you do have a chance maybe to get some of these suckers off you. And PAIZO ends our round 1. Round 2. Blaster.
I'm not really equipped to fight things like this.
Well, if not area damage, can I have a recall knowledge as you go through your battlefield memories, and maybe a DM can give you a hint? Because acting on a guess and acting wrong costs you actions, but a recall knowledge might give you memories or something where you could and form a plan. Yes, lesser actions in the round, but still, solid plan is worth several rounds, is it not?
I'll do a recall crafting.
Yes, please. 21. That's worth 2 tidbits of information. Do you want to know attacks, vulnerabilities, something that's sort of like, damn it, doink, everybody knows this. This is how we, right? Now, you've surmised as a player that area of attacks from witnessing is good, and what you have, ping, ping, slash, probably not effective. And you are correct. And since you worked that out on your own, we won't touch that. So, 2 brand new pieces of information because you rolled over 20. You want offenses, defenses, something very unique. A unique. Okay. I am weak to area, which you know. Splash, which you know, because they're both different. Yep. One was a splash attack, they took it bad. One was an area attack, took it bad. But they are exceedingly vulnerable to electricity.
Okay.
And I'm out of weaknesses. So possibly would you like to know some resistances?
Or could I use the other thing to determine if the pool on the ground is flammable or combustible?
You were specifically doing a check on the creatures. Nothing to do with the stuff they walk through. So tell me a question you want to know. You know, we like long walks on the beach. We like chewing on things. Maybe you know what these things are. Well, for starters, these things are actually called stealthy trap jaw tangle. They actually are for hunting down vermin. Because rats, there's always more than one. Well, one rat triggers, they all go off, and they chew on the rat, swarm it, rip it apart, and keep looking through the hole, around the room, blah, 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 blah. Now, because Drew was so close to his roll, I couldn't give him much. Because you nailed it, you get to know the name, what they are, for free. and I can still give you a tidbit. There are 3 things this thing resists, but one of the 3 it resists only half as well as the other 2. Yes, you're doing less damage every strike, but at least you want to go for the one that's, resist 4 as opposed to resisting 8 points of damage every time you try to attack this thing. There's really not a lot of information on these little suckers.
Well, I have an idea.
Okay. Hey, if you're happy with what you got, then...
Yeah, I'm happy with what I got.
Okay. I will say this. Remember how you were saying piercing, slashing, not good? You were correct. We actually have 8 piercing resistance and 8 slashing resistance. So your guess becomes solid concrete evidence. Fair enough? Okay, that's one action. Join us for the next 20 minutes while Speigler spends his next action. Come on, buddy. I know it's been a long day. What else you got for me?
As if
the
think
goo.
I can... Yeah, the goo. So my idea...
Let's talk about the goo. Yeah.
My idea is to use my energy beam, like my built-in ancestry feat, which is this energy beam that I can like shoot like a fire damage out of one of my eyes and shoot the puddle with the energy beam of fire.
Okay. So if you analyze the puddle, do you have any kind of alchemy?
No.
I could give you crafting, but the DC would be much higher than normal. Because technically alchemy is crafting, but since it's not your... You know what I'm saying? Like, say a DC of 15...
I'm just thinking, like, I'll just wing it, and then if something happens, it does. If something doesn't, then it doesn't.
True, but if you spend a single action to recon that stuff, you could go, oh, it's this, not that, no point. Or, oh my god, that's incredibly flammable, and I just killed my friend. Right? But hey, let's wing it, Drew's got lots of characters. Look at his face.
We can heal him. He'll be fine.
Okay.
He just got a hero point. He's great.
So instead of using an action to assess the damage and your last action to shoot, you're going to use an action to shoot and your last action to apologize to Drew. Is that what we're going for here? Is that how that works?
I might use my last action to close the door before it goes off.
So sorry.
Let's just...
I'm sorry, Drew.
Deal.
I did kind of bring that. I just kind of brought that on you, didn't I, with my joking around earlier. He's got moxie. All right, man. You try to ignite the floor with your heat laser beam. Okay.
Yeah, do I need to make like an attack roll?
Sure. Very simple one, but yeah. Dun dun dun. 24. You pinpoint a spot. Where do you want to hit? Like dead center, right underneath them, or something like that?
Yeah,
where
right
they're mostly in?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Tell me about this beam. What type of... Is it heat? Is it...
Fire. It does 1d4 fire damage.
Okay, so it's not piercing, bludgeoning, or whatever?
No, it's like magic.
Okay. Okay.
I got damage type fire. There's no other names.
Sure. Let's have damage.
4.
Okay. Whilst trying to pick the tiniest spot and your moment under a swarm which is wreathing over itself to hit the floor under them, you have your moment, you strike. The substance doesn't seem overly flammable. Perhaps it's more corrosive than anything else. However, the swarm, they swarm into, over, and around your actually lit beam, and you do 4 points of fire damage to the swarm with no restrictions. It doesn't do extra, but it doesn't get nerfed either. Fumble for the win. So I didn't target or whatever, but I will give these things 4 damage. There you go. Yay, Valentine's helping, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know. They didn't have our discussion in your head, so You're great. You're just like, I'm using my one energy beam that helps this. No, you find it, I wouldn't say call it effective, but at least it's not getting nerfed. Okay, 1 to think, 1 to shoot. Or actually, does it take you 2 actions to charge that up?
Nope. It's just like a regular weapon.
You could just blast that like 3 times in a row? -5, -10? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just really low damage.
Okay, cool. Do you want to go again?
I might as well shoot the beam again.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll do better than my piercing, because everything else I have is piercing. And
this time I will actually let you target them in case there's something about these little buggers I missed. So go ahead. Shoot your energy beams. In case I have to retcon some damage I was completely wrong. Maybe you'll get more out of it.
Looking on. Firing energy beam.
There you go. Energy beam 23 hits and does 2 points, but full damage to the swarm. Hey, there you go. And it saves me typing it in because I'm lazy. Well done, Blaster. Did you do the second? Oh, you did, didn't you? First time was +10, second time was +5. Okay, awesome. The swarm. Well, considering what's attached to PAIZO is not considered part of the swarm, we're going to... You hurt me through the door, squeeze at you. The guy back here hurt me. Are we smart enough to know that the explosion that happened beside us came from the person? Or do we just perceive him as opposed to you in the room? You know what I mean? I don't think we're so smart to know he's a caster. They might just go, well, he's closer. Or he's easier. Well, we either squeeze through a door and he's right there adjacent, or we go 10 feet. I don't think they care about a door. So I'm going to say we're going to give you 2 to 1 odds, Speigler. We're going to roll a d3. Do you want 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3?
1 and 3.
1 and 3? D3. 3. They decide to go for you. They move, like they just start squeezing through the door. I have a 25-foot move, so calling this a difficult terrain, squeezing, half movement, whatever you want to call it, we are moving technically a total of 5, 10, 50, you know what I mean? No matter how I nerf it, they pour out the door onto you, around you, and right back onto PAIZO. Hi, guys. We attack. First, we attack. What's your name? Blaster. I'm just going to move them off you so I can target you easier. They attack Blaster first. Can I have a reflex save 22 Blaster to keep these things off you from hurting you too badly? 15 is a fail. You take 2d10 slashing damage as these things just swarm over you, shredding you with an 11. We attack you a second time at -5. Oh, sorry. I guess the swarm is more like move on to the next guy. We attack PAIZO at -5. Can I have a saving throw, PAIZO?
Which one do we need?
Reflex, please.
Hiya! That's a 25.
That is a success. Half of the damage. You take...
Ouch.
Yep. 2 points. Half to 1. Snappy, snappy, snappy. And...
Sure.
Now...
Where's my... Is that the persistent damage, or is that...
No, that's correct. Here's the thing. Snapping Jaws is an action, but I don't attack you, right? It's just an area of effect. So I'm wondering, help me out here, Drew, would they get bonuses to their saves because it is a second and third attack? Or is it just like, you're in my square, we are a multitude of beings, every attack is relevant, and they have to make, you know, multiple saves. And we just go back to... Speigler. So, just to be fair, Speegs, I'm gonna lower the DC because it's, you know what I mean? In case I'm wrong on this. If I'm right, you're gonna get mauled. If I'm wrong, you're gonna get mauled, and it's not fair because I screwed up the rules. So I'm gonna err on the side of caution, make the DC easier. You know what I mean? I made Pylo's easier, but he slammed it. So, can I have another reflex from you, please? 18. I will be fair and say dropping it by 5. That is a success. So only half damage. I mean, they're still going to chew on you. But at least you're only going to do half damage because we dropped the DC because they pretty much already kind of swarmed it a little bit. Half damage, 4 points to Blaster. So 11 up front, then another 4. You get hit for a total of 15 of slashing. Pylo only got hit for 1 more slashing, and he has to, when it comes to his turn, has to deal with... Oh, I'm sorry. No. That's 3 attacks. We moved. I am terribly sorry, Speigler. I owe you 4 hit points. My bad. Sorry. 2 attacks. We moved. We're done. No hasting. Charwin, what do you do?
Let's get a little closer.
Okay.
I just want to be able to kind of see the middle of the swarm or its back end.
10, 15, 20, 25. Well, your best bet is just to go to the door, really. And it's a 25 move to get there, so you're good. Targeting the swarm. What do you want to do?
I'll do another caustic blast, and I'll kind of do it, out and away.
Now, because Speigler covers the entire door and you're going through a door, I'm going to take cover. Okay? So light cover from him becomes regular cover because it's doorway plus, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you press the cover button, and we'll see what happens to my saving throw.
Oh, okay. And then give you a save. Ooh. Critical success, no damage.
Didn't give me any bonuses, but oh well.
Oh. Alright. Well, that's
maybe
me.
It lowered your DC as opposed to... Okay. Sorry, you moved and then you cast what again?
Caustic Blast.
One more time. Okay. You try and get this going, but you got to reef it around. You know, you don't want to melt your robotic friend, and the doorway gets in the way, and they're just swarming all over the place. Not to mention, technically we're on top of your friends, right? So, very difficult. So we'll just say, to err on the side of caution, you don't want to hurt your friends. Yeah, there's nothing to do with dice or your bad luck. You're just being nice.
Next time, I'll do that.
Yeah. Hello. At the beginning of your round, you take persistent... Sorry, beginning of round, you take persistent damage. At the end, you make the save.
Okay.
Or everything happens at the end, first persistent, then... Shit. No, I think it all happens at the end, though in order of damage, because you have a chance on your turn to do something. Like, say you were in a fire, speeding your turn, you don't take the fire damage. You're like, I'd stop, drop, and roll, because I just caught on fire. And that would actually lower the DC of the persistent damage to negate it. So you have a chance right now to do something to make the persistent damage go away by dropping its DC.
And say that again? Oh, I can probably so I can do something to help drop the DC by trying to get these guys off of me? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Now, don't think of fire, because just there's got to be, that there's, I'll say we'll go with party knowledge. Valentine was talking about electricity. Mm-hmm. And you guys already know that any area of attack is very, very effective. So if you want to get the ones off of you, right? Now, if you're going to cast on them, you're going to cast on you. So unfortunately, any spell you use on them, it's going to hit you. But it will practically, you get the DC to get them off you, the persistent damage is a 15 DC. It drops down to 10 or 5. But you took damage. Unless you can think of a way specifically to get them off.
Well, I was thinking if I just go run and jump into that big pile of goo there, maybe they'll short him out or something. Robots don't like water, right, Val? I don't think.
Well, they they were laying. Some of them were laying in it, and they walked right through it to get to you.
Oh, that's right. They were laying. They came from that room. Well, I don't have very much that I can really do to get these guys off, except for just go, ow, man, and I maybe like get on the ground and roll around and try to crunch them and flail them off me. As my buddy Chomwin said, stop, drop, and roll.
Sure.
What would that be? That's a
single action you can roll around, or I guess a full round action. I guess the more you put into the action, the kinder I can be.
I'll give it a full round action just to go.
Okay.
Just to get these damn things keep biting me, and I gotta get them up. Someone help! They're stuck in my ribs.
Electricity. They mentioned something else, and so something is attaching to you, and they get affected by stimulus, and I could see it. I don't want to give it away. It's kind of like whisking them away. If you're flailing, like if you're rolling, I could see it being similar enough. So, and since you're sacrificing the entire round, reduces the DC of the flat check to end this persistent damage by 5. So your 15 now becomes a 10. Can I have a flat roll of D20? You flail around on the ground trying to wing these guys off you, and the DC to end the persistent damage becomes 10.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Cool. So you're trying to flail them off you, okay? Now, like I said, during the round, you do take the damage, but not at the beginning. You do your action. At the very end of the round, you take your damage, and now you get your flat check, and it reflects on the, like what you're trying to do. So unfortunately, with persistent damage, there's no get-out-of-jail card free, but at least you can only suffer like one round, and then, you're good to go. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So, picking up a D10. 7 points. PAIZO takes 7, bringing you up to 29 damage, sir. Mm-hmm. However, you succeed, and you're good.
So the persistence will be done after this turn.
Right. I will even be so kind as to say that you roll away.
Yep. What you see is that I actually, as I'm rolling away, and I see some of my ribs are a little bit gnawed, and I start pulling them off. Mm-hmm. The guy's attached. So I roll away, but the pile of bones they were gnawing on is still laying there.
Yeah. Now, our round is reset. We could possibly do the cling thing to you again. And this all starts up again, so maybe not. Because if you leave the square, it starts again. So maybe just drop in your square, and I don't want to keep setting this off.
I just rip the bones off in the square I'm in, let them keep gnawing and just stay there. Because I couldn't move, because I use my action to just, all of my actions to get them off me. So my whole
I was trying
so my whole action was plucking bones off and putting them on the ground and staying where I am.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Which brings us to the end of round 2. Round 3, Blaster. If you stay where you are, you'll take damage on their turn. If you move, they can cling to you and start up a persistent damage. Yuck. But the swarm will take damage because you're removing some of their members, and you can shoot them from a distance.
If I move 5 feet, it doesn't do that.
It hurts them. It hurts them.
I thought it was 10 feet they attached to you.
Oh, like a 5-foot step. If you could take a 5-foot step, they don't get their reaction.
Okay, yeah. I want to take a 5-foot step to the sandbags north.
Okay. The bags fill up a lot of the square. It becomes difficult terrain, but I will tell you this. If you go diagonally north behind PAIZO, even though there's a couple sandbags there, since the guys remove some, I'll give it to you. Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay. So stepping behind PAIZO, taking a step instead of a stride, you do not provoke from them. And what do you want to do? 2 actions left. Now, you can continue to move as another action. If you want to burn a second action and vault over the sandbags and run away or whatever, you can move each action. It's just how you move. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but if I move one more square, then it procs.
They got to be on you. You're okay. We don't reach out. It's not that kind of attack. It's like if you're in our range, like on top of us and move out of us, then we get the cling. Anyway, and as a second action, now that you're clear, it doesn't have to be a 5-foot step. It can be a stride. You could run away. Why, there's a ladder right there too. Look at that.
Oh. Okay. I'm just going to attack twice. I'm not going to move anymore.
Okay. That's fine. You're going to use your laser beam? Does this thing have a battery? Does it have any kind of ammo?
Nope.
No? Okay. 21 and a miss. Do we have an AC? I guess we do. What's our AC?
Higher than 21.
Oh, it's 22. You want to use her a point?
Sure.
Okay. Reroll. Huzzah.
No
13. Unfortunate. Okay.
Oh.
Shot number 2. At +5, or do you want to change your action? At this point, you need a 17 or greater to hit them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have it.
Hey.
And there it is. The 17 to get some of the 22. Way to commit. 2 points of fire damage. Light him up. Now we're getting somewhere. Definitely getting somewhere. Almost a 50% capacity. Looking good, looking good. Okay, 1 to move, 2 shots, and now it's the swarm's turn. Well. At this point, any movement sets us off. We could go north and get 2 guys this way. We could go through the doorway and get on Charwin, but that's leaving a character. So, yeah, I'm going to say, yeah. We go to the north. A move. Pilo is prone because he stopped, dropped, and rolled. Now, whether you spend a spell to do electricity, whether you spend any kind of action, they usually want some... What?
Can I change that to say that maybe I wasn't rolling and I was just picking off the bones that they were on and kind of dropping them on the ground there rather than rolling on the ground to do it?
You flailing in like an actual roll is the only way I could simulate the other thing that, you know...
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, the only way I could simulate that other... Can't tell you quite yet what was, but you'll probably, I don't know. Do some more recall and I'll tell you the big secret. Effects. Prone. Boink. Okay, he's prone. Now where were we? Right. Swarming. Well, since you're closer, Pilo, we'll start with you. Since technically we were just on top of you anyway. They continue to swarm over you. What a nuisance. Pilo. Excuse me, I'll move my guys aside for a moment so I can target the skeleton. You know what? The more I think about this, I think it's a one sweep deal. I'm going to target both of you. I move on to you. One move, I attack 2 targets, and it's because we're multiple things, they just swarm you. Like it's not a second 1-shot, 2-shot. So I'm not going to give any more bonuses or penalties. Speigler's luck has run out. They attack you. Can I have saving throws from both of you? DC 22, please.
Reflex?
Yes, please. What'd you get there, Blaster?
32.
Awesome.
20.
20. Did you want to use a hero point to bump that up?
17 hit points left, and these guys kick some butt. Yeah, give her a shot.
That'd be terrible. A whole bunch of clockwork Kermits come over you, and there's nothing left but, well, I'd say bones, but never mind.
That's even worse, 19.
Damn it. We tried, man.
That's all good.
All right. So now I need to pull them off. and do 2 separate damage rolls because. So starting with Blaster Valentine, who takes half damage. 2d10 and
I thought a crit success is no damage.
oh, that's right. That is right, sir. You are correct. Sorry, I forgot we're dealing with basic saves.
Dip, duck, dodge, and dive around these little buggers and don't take any damage.
Or he stands on top of the sandbags going, "Ee!" You know.
Whoa.
It's all in your imagination. Sorry. I am punishing you for taking so long your decisions. That's why I'm teasing you. No, well done. So that just leaves a full damage for PAIZO. Dink. Boop. Zeus. It doesn't want to target you. He's immune. What's going on here? There we go. I tried twice. For third time, I just declare you immune. 9 points, and PAIZO drops to critical hit points. Boom, boom, boom. Well, no heartbeat either. Jeez, we can't even do fun sound effects of death with you. You've picked the ultimate race, I'm telling you. All right. We move, and we attack dudes. And you're prone. Which allows us to remember a part of our programming. Although you're missing them, Valentine, they seem to be suddenly very intent on your legs for next round. Charwin, what do you do?
Let's take a step back to the northeast, and we'll try another caustic blast. We'll do it.
Light cover? Through the door?
Yeah. Light cover. And we'll give him a
cover
save.
through the door again. Dun, 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 dun.
Critical success again. Oh, my
no
gosh.
damage. Oh, damn.
That's like the same roll.
Just, so, there is some flavor text, and I wish I could tell you, but I actually have some flavor of why we're suddenly so immune to your corrosiveness.
Well, that was my third action. Dang. Sorry, guys.
Perhaps you can only burn and get down to the wire corrosively so much, and then it's just a redundant thing. Who knows? PAIZO. Charwin says sorry, he's headed for the window. I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
These damn things are taking a literal bite out of me, and I don't got much to bite onto. I'm going to cast Soothe on myself and just be like, man, these bones I dropped, I'm going to pick them all up and put them back in me a little bit here. And,
okay. Can I have a flat check first since you're stuck in the zone?
Yeah.
It's 5. It's pretty simple.
13.
Yep. Soothing.
Do I need an action to stand up so I'm not prone anymore?
Yes, you do.
The action to stand up and then Soothe on myself too.
Okay.
And you've targeted me for me, please and thank you.
1 second. Let's get rid of the proneness.
And because
no more prone.
Soothe can heal undead.
Isn't that handy?
Mm-hmm.
The man thinks of everything. Okay, have at me. I mean you.
Well, that's
11 points, but yeah.
It's a good one.
So can you read Soothe? It's a spell, but are you performing? Are you singing? Or are you just? It's like
you're great. You grace the target's mind. When it just kind of says it's 30 feet.
Okay.
Somatic and verbal, so there could be verbals. It's like when I sang to Val in the last game, putting robot parts back in them.
Okay. I just think of the subwoofer, like it vibrates in a positive way, like.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. You're up. You're healed. Round 3 is over. And we will begin round 4, Blaster Valentine's round, next time.